Okay, do we start?
Yes, please.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is happy and all set to hear this recording for today. It's a it's a topic which probably it's oft repeated, or probably the question mark always remains as to why do people in India choose to go out of India? Why do they seek their fortunes outside? And what is the difference between life in India and outside? Today, I'm going to speak about Australia because that's where I have been. That's where my son has settled down forever. He's become a citizen there. So I had gone there. And I, as a visitor, noticed a lot of things, which I'm going to share with you. Right? So, first of all, why do people choose to go to Australia? Nowadays, Australia is considered the hotspot, and many people are now going to Australia. So, why do they choose to go to Australia? Or even in the West, like why do they choose to go to America or England? Only thing is, I'll be speaking more about Australia. So, well, the first thing that I can say about pros and cons is, of course, that they feel they get paid better. The salaries are better. But these salaries, it's not just the salary that matters. You have also to see what are your expenses there and how much do you save every month from that. So, is your saving more than what you would save in India? That is what you have to consider, right? So, that is, I believe, I have spoken to a lot of people over there, and I believe many of them have said that we managed to save more in Indian rupees while working in Australia than whilst working in India. So that is the primary reason why people go there, to seek their fortune, because after all, what is it for? When you're young, the only thing that matters to you is काम करना है और कैसे करना है, कितना करना है, how much will you get. The second thing that attracts people are the working and living conditions. Okay, working conditions are in the sense कि in India, when you're working in India with the multinationals, there is no timing. You're almost working 20 hours instead of 24 in 24 hours. Whereas when you're there, they have very structured life, very structured timings. So when you're free in the evening at 6 o'clock, you're free. And if you're free on Saturday and Sunday, you're free on Saturday, Sunday. So it's a very structured professional life and personal life also, right? They don't have to do unnecessary extra hours. Okay? So these are two things, right? Probably the third thing is that when I say structured life, you don't have street stalls everywhere. No, you don't have. Street stalls come up only in the particular day market. Like, for example, in Australia, there is CBD, that is Central Business District. Just like in India, you have Nariman Point or VT. These are the business area. So that's the business area. That's where all the offices are located, right? So in that area, the market, they're mostly called farmers markets. Okay, so the farmers market comes up every Wednesday, and that's where all stalls are put up, and every country puts up their stalls. And when you say farmers market, it's not only about vegetables and fruits. It's about anything and everything you can think of. There are trinkets for girls, there are hats, there are clothes, there are everything. There are eatables. Just like we have street stalls, they have street stalls. So all kinds of food. And even there in India also, we have these state stalls also. There's a Maharashtrian stall, there is this stall, there's that Punjabi food, Maharashtrian food, and so on. So you have stalls over there. So every Wednesday, CBD. And every Saturday used to be where I stay. I stay at West End, okay, in Australia. My son stays rather at West End. I go to him. So over there every Saturday. So we could go there, and you even buy your breakfast over there. You go there in the morning, you buy things from the market for the house, for the kitchen, and plus you buy some breakfast, and there is ample place for you and your family. They go as a family over there, and they sit and have their breakfast. They enjoy their breakfast because it's a Saturday, so it's a holiday. And after breakfast, the children would be playing. Now, the place where the Saturday market in West End was held, it was near a park. So in the park, children play also. So that's how they spend their morning over there. Okay. Over here, one point I would like to make is that in India, because we have 9 living religions, every religion has its own big important days and festivals. So almost every other day there is a festival happening somewhere or the other. So India, that is why it's called the land of festivals or the land of celebration. Now over there, it's not so. So what do? For them, these kind of little outings are celebrations. They celebrate them. Okay, they actually celebrate with the whole family. They'll bring their portable chairs and they'll bring their portable tables also, and they bring the toys for the children and they all play. So that is what is there, because Australia does not have uh, any historical or cultural monuments. It does not have. So there's nothing to discover. There's nothing to say, acha chalo, like we in India say, let's do a trip to Rajasthan. When you go to Rajasthan, you'll do palaces and forts and probably temples and all that. Okay? Or you'll say, let's go to Madhya Pradesh. Or you'll say, let's go to Maharashtra. Whatever. But we have a lot of archaeology, history, and culture to discover, whereas Australia does not have that. But Australia is blessed by nature. So nature is very beautiful. And I forgot to tell you all that I once asked an Australian, I said, how do you sum up your life in Australia? Right? So he said, 3 B's: beer, barbecue, and beaches. That is their outing every time. Because all the cities which are developed, they are all developed along the coast. The central part of Australia is a desert. So the cities are only along the coast. And most of the cities have a river running through it. So there is a riverfront also. Okay. So they either go on the riverfront and enjoy themselves, or they go to the beaches. So it's beer, beaches, and barbecue. Why do I say barbecue? Now, that comes to another point. That in Australia, people don't mind paying their taxes because they feel that the government is giving them good returns. In the sense that every park and even riverfront has barbecues laid out. Underground pipes are there to bring in gas, and there are barbecue stations. Okay, and you can go there. You can go there on any day. It's not necessary that you go on weekends only. You can go there on any day. And you can have a barbecue party. You get your stuff from home, you go there along with friends and family, and you have a barbecue morning or a barbecue lunch or a barbecue dinner or a barbecue afternoon, whatever. Right? So that is why Australia is called beer, beaches, and barbecue. Right? So this is one more factor, right? Which our youngsters feel very happy about. And let me tell you, youngsters, because when they go there to work, so they work hard during the day. And on weekends, it's holiday means holiday. Okay. So for them, this is a very good thing that they can enjoy themselves with the barbecue. They can get together with their friends, because after all, people are migrating. And for them over there, what is family? Their friends, their friend circle. So every weekend, people meet. And that is how they celebrate their evening. Or else they'll go to their day, their holidays. Or else they'll go to the beaches. Okay. And at the beaches, of course, as you know, there is around the beaches, there are no stalls over there, food stalls. There are eatery shops uh, along the coast. And they can buy whatever. They can buy a pizza, they can buy a burger, they can buy pasta, they can buy Indian food, they can buy everything. All the shops are there, eateries are there. Okay, when you go to the beaches. But uh, uh, when they are at the riverfront, then you have only barbecues. At riverfront, of course, there are many riverfronts where there are shops also. So that is one more thing youngsters get very attracted to. Okay. Of course, those who are very fond of history, culture, archaeology, they find it very monotonous, that aur kya karte hain? You just go and you only have beer and barbecue and food. There are beaches. That's all. You do only the same thing. There's nothing different. Okay. So monotony is a negative factor that way. Now, this is what I've told you about the pros, the plus points. Now, there's another plus point. The another plus point is, as I told you, that people don't mind paying their taxes because they get their returns. How? Of course, medical care for people who are citizens and all, they are very well taken care of. And plus, senior citizens have discounted coupons, like even if they have to travel by public transport, they get a discount. Senior citizens are very well looked after. Okay. And also, they also run free services for everybody. That's for everybody, anyone, a visitor, an outsider, the local person, anyone. They have free bus services on certain routes, which are the prime routes. Okay. Then they have, every river has a transportation system. They have ferries. Okay. Where the ferry takes them from one end of the city to the other end of the city. And they have free ferry services also. Free ferry services. And barbecue, I told you, barbecue is free, of course. So the only thing is that the paid ones are more frequent. They could be after every 5, 7, 10 minutes. And the free service is after half an hour. Okay, but it's there. It's there for you to use. And this is another thing which I would say that the government is giving back to the people what they are getting, free services. Okay. And then there is even the paid buses. There are certain hours when they give free service, which I was quite surprised because I had my Go card. And when you enter, you've got to touch the screen. And when you leave, you've got to touch. So they know how much to charge you. But on certain days, it doesn't work. And if I ask the driver what happened, it's not working. No, at the moment it is free. That's what they tell you, right? So they don't charge you anything. That route is free for that much time. So this is another thing which is very, very positive. Another thing which people find very positive is that public opinion is solicited for everything. For example, your child is going to the school and there are certain new things they want to introduce, or they want to redo certain things, restructure, or they want to give some more facilities, like some more games and some more structures have to be built or something. You will not believe, they have each and every parent's email address and WhatsApp number. And they send a request form with all the things that they are wanting to do.
May I just interject for a second?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Just for a screenshot photography, just make yourself presentable, because while speaking, I cannot take it.
You mean I'm not presentable right now?
No. I want to take a screenshot.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is why I have stopped you.
Okay, here. So now you
just
can take.
Be in a position when I can take a screenshot, and then then you
can no. Just tell me if I'm okay now. Can you see me?
Just I am able to see you. Just you should be comfortable that this is your best.
Yeah, it's okay. Not to worry.
Okay. So
in fact, I must inform the people that I have just come back from the hospital yesterday, and I've had a surgery and I'm in bed. So right now, this is the best I could do to present myself. I hope all of you will accept this. Okay. Yeah. So I was talking about.
One second. Let me just take the screenshot. I will share it with you on your WhatsApp.
Okay.
And you can tell me that, okay, this is good enough, or I'll give you a different shot.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So are you ready for that shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Okay. I've done. Go ahead.
Okay. Take it. You can take another one. Let's see which is better.
Okay. If that be the case. Okay. Done.
Okay. Done. So, yeah, I was talking about these facilities which are given. Then, no, I was talking about the public opinion. So, the school sends a questionnaire, a form with all the additions that they want to make in the school. They want to make another garden for children with some exercise devices or some games over there, or they want to build another structure to make a laboratory there, or they want to do any other development. They will put the list of all the things that they want to do along with the price as to how much will it cost them to do that. Okay. And then they have the email addresses or WhatsApp numbers of each and every parent of the each and every student. Okay. And this will go to all of them. And the parents will say what is their priority. That should this be done first or should this be done first? What is more important? So the parents will give the listing. Each parent gives a listing, numbering the priorities. The same thing happens for the city development. When there is some development to be done in the city or in its suburbs, wherever in the city, the same procedure is followed, because every citizen each and every citizen has to give them their WhatsApp numbers and their email address. And whenever any development or they are thinking of anything new to do, they send this form to everybody. And people have to give their opinion and their priority. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? To involve people, every citizen, in what is happening in the city. That's fantastic. So this is another very, very big plus point that they have. Of course, there's a lot of protocol. Now here comes this, like this in a way they're very casual, in the sense that people are dressed very casually. Nobody bothers to tell them that this is an occasion, this is this, and how come you're dressed like this? No, nothing. They can dress anyhow, anywhere, anytime. Okay? They're very casual in their attitude. I have seen people walking barefoot on the road. Suit, boot, tie, everything. They're going to the office, they're running to the bus stop, they're walking barefooted. Children are going to school, they're running barefooted. The roads are so clean. Okay? And I was staying, of course, in a city like Brisbane, and Brisbane is supposed to be one of the very good cities over there. It's a second-tier city, but very good development. So this is what happens. This is what the people are very happy about, right? Whereas there's otherwise, they're casual in this way. But if you want to meet somebody, if you want to go to someone's place, if you want to talk even on phone, you don't call the numbers directly. You send them a message. I would like to speak to you. What time should I call you? Or I would like to meet you. When are you free? So there's a lot of protocol. In India, it is not like, okay, hello, what are you doing? What have you made? I'm coming over for lunch. It's not like that. Hello, I'm coming over for tea. It doesn't happen that way. Now, there's a lot of protocol. You have to plan ahead and say, okay, today I will be coming so and so time, right? Either you say it in the morning for the daytime and find out if the person is free for the day, or you call up one day before. It's like that. Whereas in India, now let me give you the plus points in India. In India, we don't have to do that. We are because in India, we are very connected. Very, very connected. That is why people in Western countries, and of course, Australia is in the East, but the culture is Western. Okay? They suffer from loneliness. Yes. Because what is loneliness? Loneliness is a disconnect with people, with nature, with everything. So people are not connected with so much of warmth with one another. There's so much of protocol. Even I remember that even a friend of mine, she's an Australian over there, like even to meet her brother, she had to make an appointment with him. Are you free? When are you free? When can I come over? It's like that. Okay. So that warmth of relationships and that I wouldn't say the casualness, but I would say that welcoming thing about relationships, which we have in India, is missing over there. Of course, when you make an appointment and when you go, finally, you'll be welcomed. But the thing is that you have to follow a protocol. Okay, that is one. Secondly, as I said earlier, that there is no culture, no history. So, in India, every second day you'll hear some drums beating, some songs happening, some music happening somewhere, some lights happening somewhere. Arey, what happened? No, they are celebrating something. They have a festival. It's not so. It's not so. You know, in India, life is a festival, and everything is a festival. Life is celebrated. It's the land is celebrated, in India. So we have a lot of what should I say? In India, in Hindi, the word would be ronak. There's a lot of ronak happening. Something or the other is happening. And let me tell you, the first time when I went to Australia, my flight had landed at around 7:30 in the evening. 7:30, my dear, not very late. I was out by 8 o'clock, very fast. And of course, my son was waiting there. We drove. And the moment we got onto the city driving, I could not see a single car on the road or a single person on the road. Can you believe it? Just around 8:30, nobody was there. And I just blurted out, is this a ghost city, a haunted city? My son laughed and he said, why do you say that? I said, because I don't find anything on the road, anybody, no cars, no people, and even the windows are shut of the houses. Why are the windows shut? There's nobody. I can't see anybody. It looks like a ghost city. He said, no, people have been working the whole day. Now it's family time and home time. So they are all at home. Nobody gets out on weekdays like this. They're all at home. They're with the family, probably cooking, probably sitting and dining or whatever. They finish dining. Oh, I must tell you, dinner time is 6:30. 6 to 6:30. Okay? Because they get up early in the morning. Offices start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay? And by 5, they are done. So everybody is now tired. They're having their dinner. They finish their dinner before 7, dinner is over. Okay? And then they are all in their own rooms, resting, reading, maybe watching television, but nobody is out. I said, but why are the windows shut? Why are the windows shut? The windows are shut maybe because the AC is on or something. That's right. That is what was my first impression, that this is a ghost city. So you can imagine, कि लोग ही नहीं है. There are only certain pockets. Like, for example, when I started traveling on my own in the city, and I used to go to CBD, and a couple of times I was there pretty late because I was attending an event, and that event went on to up to 10 o'clock also. And I saw CBD, that is the Central Business District. There were people there having ice cream and just sitting around and just sitting and chatting, just walking around and all that. So such places, such pockets, there is movement. The ice cream shop was open. Eateries were open, but all the other shops closed down by 5. They all closed down, 5, 5:30. There are very, very few shops which are open up to 7 o'clock. Very few. Okay, so that is what we miss, that liveliness. When you say Ronak, it is liveliness. So, and for an Indian, or even for a Pakistani, let's say, for an Indian, for a Pakistani, for a Sri Lankan, for a Nepalese, when they go there, they would miss the liveliness of the country, because our Southeast Asia, the culture is very lively, which is missing over there, right? Then, if you're driving, the drives are absolutely monotonous. Like over here, every 50 or 100 kilometers, everything changes. The kind of houses change, the color of the soil changes, the turbans change, the kind of dressing changes. But over there, it's all monotonous. Yes, the only thing is that if there is nature in between, sometimes you're passing through pine trees, sometimes you're passing through some other cultivation of trees or something. So that is there. Birch trees, pine trees, and so on. The poplar trees. That is what you see. But otherwise, it's all monotony. Everything is the same. I must mention something else, which I told you, facilities. We happened to go for a drive from one city to the other for the weekend to just have a holiday. And on the way, I was surprised that we stopped. In India, when we stop, we call them midway stops. Okay. And of course, there are toilets, many toilets, and then there is a restaurant, and then there is a small souvenir or maybe a little shop there. Over here, they call them the driver reviver places. Driver reviver points. What do they give there? It's supposed to be a break for the driver, but also for the passengers. Coffee is free. Cookies are free. You can have coffee and cookies to refresh yourself, to re-energize yourself, or tea also. And toilets, the usage is free. And these are run by, let me tell you who, they are all run by retired people. So and all of them are volunteers. And these volunteers, the stock of coffee and this cookies is given to them. Now, what do these volunteers do? These volunteers, depending on what they are good at, they sometimes make sandwiches from home and bring, or they'll make cake and bring. Okay, and that they can sell. So if you want to have something extra, you want to have a sandwich, or you want to have a slice of cake, or or maybe some other savory that they have made and brought, you only pay for that. You don't pay for the coffee and the cookies. That's free. Driver reviver points. And one thing that I forgot to tell you all earlier is that they have the greeters. Like, for example, you go to the city, you don't know anything about the city and all. So you have to go to the center, to the tourist office. And the tourist office has 2 walks every day conducted by volunteers. Again, they're conducted by volunteers. These volunteers are those senior citizens who are very proud of their city and they would like to showcase their city. Okay? And they do not accept any payment. They do not accept any gratuity. Nothing. I made, my first friend was a volunteer, a greeter. They're called greeters. And she is still, it's over 10 years now, she's still my friend. Okay? So her name is Tina. So Tina is my first friend, Australian friend. And of course, now we meet every time I go there. Okay? And she would not accept anything. So what I do is each time I go there, I carry a gift for her from India, which she willingly accepts. Okay, so these are the, and these greeters are at the disposal of anyone, even a local person. If they want to join the walks, they can go. And every greeter has their own walks, right? It's not that there are fixed walks that this to this point to this point. No. Every greeter has different walks according to how they know their own city or what they like about their city. So you can do walks with 2 greeters, 3 greeters, 4 greeters. They're all free of cost. And at the end of the walk, if you want to know more about certain places, what to do, where to go, they will give you brochures. Those extra things that you do, they are conducted by travel agents and they are charging. Okay. So this is how things function over there. Now in India, we cannot think of a greeter at all because every walk is a paid walk, right? You cannot think. The other thing, if you compare the cleanliness, I'm from the tourism department, and the first thing that my visitors notice is, oh my God, why is there so much of trash on the streets? Why is there so much of filth everywhere? They notice that. Though now, of course, it's much less than before because Modi's first campaign was clean up. So that is one thing which has happened good, that now there is lesser trash on the road, but still there is trash. For a foreigner coming to India, they still notice that there's a lot of trash. Okay, so that is what is very, very alarming. The other countries, they keep them clean, very neat and clean. And even food on the stalls also, which is available, it has to be passed by the hygiene tests. So everything is very hygienic and clean. And on other days, if you can't go to the farmer's market, on other days, the supermarkets have ready-made snacks. They have salads, they have pastas, they have biryanis, they have rice, they have steak, everything is there. You can buy a quick meal there. Okay, so every supermarket has quick meals also. Like office people, they go and buy a quick meal, a ready-to-eat meal. Okay, so all that is there. This is because they don't have any street stalls. There are no street stalls anywhere, except in the markets, which are only on a day-to-day basis. Somewhere it is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So everybody knows Sunday there is a market here, Monday there's a market here, Tuesday there's a market here. They all know. Okay, so that is what is there. And another thing, like Ronak, I told you, there are scant, fewer people. So those who don't like crowds, they are very happy. But those who like to see life, they feel that there's no people, there's nobody around here, what to do. Okay, so there, and as I told you, there is, because there's no culture, no history, there are no monuments to see. There are only natural places. Like there is near Brisbane, there is a place called Tambourine, and in Tambourine there is a glowworm cave. So that's a very big thing for them. Whereas when I went in, I saw the walk inside the cave was barely 10 to 15 minutes. That also 15 minutes because in between we were stopping for some explanations with for a commentary. Well, a small cave, but glowworms, you know. And then there would be, there are all natural things. There are fjords, there are fountains, there are lakes, there are rivers, there are, you know, like these. I mean, there are so many natural formations which they have converted into, you know, into tourism attractions, tourist attractions. So that is where people go and they enjoy themselves. Okay, there are certain rock formations, so people go there. Otherwise, it's bare beaches and barbecue. Okay.
Ashok Bhaiya, I think it is now an appropriate time to invite you to get into a lively discussion with her. Please.
With whom?
Ashok Bakshi,
you're inviting somebody else. Okay.
Namaskar ji. Mina, namaskar. This is Ashok Bakshi here.
कौन है अभी?
Ashok Bakshi.
Oh, very good. Namaskar, Ashok ji. How are you?
Fine, thank you ji. Thank you ji. How was your trip? I've heard very interesting things you were talking about your trip, and
Yes.
even come to know many things as I have not been that side, that country, and
you've been to so many other countries about which I don't know.
yeah. No, what you were saying is generally when people go to other country, they do not see, of course, they see other places, other things also, but at the same time, they find themselves also. because they compare. अपनी उस खोज में वो कहाँ पर हैं, where they stand.
Yes, you start understanding yourself.
Exactly.
You start understanding what excites you, what does not excite you.
True.
Right? You start appreciating the good things and the bad things of your own country.
Exactly.
जैसे बोलते हैं ना, it's only when you travel that you realize how beautiful your home is.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is true. So that is a major point which people come to experience, not only the enjoying the sightseeing the other places, but at the same time, like you have been, and you said you were missing the crowd and the people and the livelihood. I mean, those Ronak was missing, and
that is liveliness was missing.
Liveliness, yeah, that is true. That's nice. Yeah, very good.
You know, another thing that I noticed over there, in their products, like for example, there's milk, there's cheese, there's bread, or anything else. Or, you know, it could be floor mats, it could be a jacket. Whatever is made in Australia, the way it is worded, like over here we say made in India.
Yeah.
No, they don't write that. Proud produce of Australia.
Wow.
Proudly made in Australia.
Very good. Excellent.
So, in everything, they try to
feel pride.
They try to evoke national pride.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't have much of culture and things like that to show off, but they show off every little thing. And that is why, you know, they organize events. They organize events. Like while I was there on one Sunday, along the riverfront, the river was just 5 minutes away from my house. Okay. So on the riverfront, they had the fire play evening.
Okay.
Where nothing, jaise hamare, you know, those jugglers play with fire, they throw fire, something in the mouth, and they jump in the ring of fire. So that's a very big thing for them.
Okay.
And all the families come with their portable chairs and with their portable dinner table and with their dinner hampers and everything. And they all assemble. Come on. Everything. It is a great celebration for them. They all come there, you know. So these little things, like in school, for example, you know, the school organizes a movie maybe once or twice a month. Okay, open air.
Okay.
In the school grounds. Open air. Every parents, all the parents bring their portable chairs and their portable tables and their hampers, their dinner hampers and everything. The full family comes along there. We also went, even I went there, you know. So that's a big celebration. Because they don't have much to celebrate culturally. They create events. So all events are created.
Okay.
Because otherwise there's nothing.
There's nothing. That's true.
Yeah.
So again, that way we see we are much lucky in India.
Yes.
We have every other day some festival going on somewhere.
Yeah.
There's no end to it. It's never a monotonous life here.
In India, we say there are 7 days in a week and there are 10 festivals in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. That's true.
Yes.
That's sick. And why volunteer everywhere, you said?
I'm sorry?
You said...
Yeah, there are volunteers everywhere. That way they keep their senior citizens occupied.
Yeah, but they must be being compensated some way or the other way. If not, for that purpose...
See, no, like I told you, the driver reviver